Prince Andrew, Duke of York, is going through a dark period as the past few years have been embroiled in a civil case against accuser Virginia Roberts Giuffre in the United States. But earlier this week, the Duke reached an out-of-court settlement with his accuser for an undisclosed sum. It means that he has now avoided a potentially explosive trial. He's already stepped down from public life and early this year was stripped of his official royal status by his mother Queen Elizabeth, which includes all of his military affiliations and royal patronages. He now continues to face calls to strip him of his Duke of York's title, and moves are in place to remove his honorary freedom of the City of York. Guy Adams and Charlotte Griffiths, royal commentators, reviewed the latest developments in the Duke's scandal and what the future holds for him following the settlement of his civil lawsuit. Miss Griffiths remarked the prince would have a very strange quality of life, as he now has to live in the shadows, despite thriving off wealth and power throughout his time. But Mr. Adams believed there was one avenue Prince Andrew could still explore which may provide a source of meaning for him that others would not begrudge him for. Miss Griffiths said on Palace Confidential that Prince Andrew's future looked dismal after the civil case settlement because he now has to live away from the public eye. She told the show, "He's going to have a very strange quality of life as well. He's literally going to be living in the shadows. He's going to go to his father's memorial, and that'll be it. He'll probably play some golf with what few friends he has, but he's certainly not going to be skiing anymore. So it's going to be a very strange existence." Host Jess King wanted to know the impact his actions will have on his family and whether he had the support of his daughters. Mr. Adams remarked Prince Andrew could now focus on his family, which is like a bit of light at the end of the tunnel for the Duke, saying, "Doesn't he now focus on being a granddad? I mean, you know, and having sort of a role in his grandchildren's. I mean, that is the one thing you can still kind of do that nobody would begrudge him, I don't think." Miss Griffiths believed it was not a huge role for Prince Andrew, considering all the staff they employed to help the children, but believed he would at least try to be hands-on. Since the allegations against their father, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie have never made an official comment, but the Telegraph's royal correspondent, Camilla Tominey, reported this week that both remain very much on the side of their darling papa. One family friend also told the newspaper, "It's been very difficult for them. I don't think anyone has ever properly appreciated how hard it is for any child to have that level of scrutiny and exposure. But they have their own children now, so the family unit is more dispersed than it was." Prince Andrew reached an out-of-court settlement with Virginia Giuffre on Tuesday, with some reports suggesting it is in the tune of £12 million. Despite being stripped of his official royal status, Prince Andrew retains his Duke of York title as it requires an Act of Parliament to remove, but calls grow to invoke the decision. Political commentator Patrick O'Flynn appeared on Jeremy Vine on 5 and said the process was much simpler than many may think. He explained, "It will take an Act of Parliament. Well, actually, Parliament is there to do Acts of Parliament. There are some Acts of Parliament that can go through in a day if there's a consensus, and they're a very simple one-line act. So, it can be done. I think if it takes an Act of Parliament, it probably should be done, and I think probably that should be extended to his formal place in the line of succession." York MP Raquel Muskell said he should give up his association with the city. The Labour MP said Prince Andrew should show respect for those affected by abuse and the people of our city by the withdrawal of his ducal title.